Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial video on SketchUp Core. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a detailed siding panel for your exterior building. For this video, we'll be creating our wood siding panel for this exterior building. Currently, we have a plugin for that creates panel, but not everybody is able to afford the instant cladding plugin. Personally, I'm going to be creating a free extension or plugin for creating just wood cladding panels for exterior buildings. But for now, I'll be showing you a manual way to create our wood siding for exteriors in building. Currently, we have a siding texture that was used, our wood siding. But to create a more detailed render for our buildings, you can manually create the siding for the building to get that detailed, realistic look when you're rendering. So firstly, we'll be using our rectangle tool to create our siding panel. For this building, we'll be using our 1x6 panel or wood panel. So use our rectangle tool, create a rectangle with 6 inches of height, mini length. Use our push and pull tool, extrude, create a thickness of 1. Select this and make it a group. So normally our panels usually lap on each other. They are not straight. They are not arranged straight on our wall. So we rotate this panel to 10 degrees. This is going to be our first panel. This panel will serve as the guide for every other panel we'll be creating in this model. Our model is not detailed since we'll be making a rendering of just the front. So when creating this wood panel, you don't have to create it for the whole sides of the building. You might just need to create it for just the sides you'll be rendering. Currently, I'll be working on just this view and this view. So we might just need to create our panel for these walls that are visible on our render, maybe these walls. Okay. Next, we extend this panel to the end of this wall and we duplicate using our move and control button. So when you move, click on control to add another panel, and we'll be moving by duplicating by the distance of 6 inches to make this a group so that we can easily organize our panels on this wall. So we'll repeat the same process and duplicate to the end of the roof. So move by 6 using our control button to add 6, and we duplicate, let's say, by 36. Okay, I think 36 is good enough. This last panel is extending already into our roof, so all we need to do is reduce the size of this panel. Reduce the size of this panel, let's say 3 inches. It's much. Reduce by 1. Okay, this is perfect. Okay, so currently we have our siding panels, but our windows are being covered. Now the tricky part here is you have to create panels for these endpoints, skip our windows and create other panels for these endpoints. So all we need to do is select the panels that are covering our window. We scale it down, scale it to the end of the window. Currently I'm using scale instead of move, or using our push and pull tool, because I want to be using textures for this panel. We'll be using colors. So for using textures, it usually distorts the texture, but since we're using colors, I think we can use our scale tool. Then next we use our move tool and our control button to duplicate to this endpoint. We'll scale down on the other side to the end of the window. Scale to the end of the window here. So we'll repeat again. We'll repeat the same process for this window. So we'll select the areas obstructing the window, scale down, duplicate, scale to this point. So taking a look at our siding texture and our siding panel created, you can see this is more detailed and it's giving that realistic look of a siding panel that was used to finish a building. The panels are lapping on each other, creating that realistic look. So when rendering, this gives you the more detailed siding panel than using a texture. So I've created for this wall, we'll repeat the same process for the entrance wall, the garage side wall, the garage face, and the room above the garage on top. So we'll hide our roof and we'll duplicate this group of panels for this wall. Then we'll scale appropriately to create that same panel for the entrance door. So using our rotate to rotate from the end point, control button to duplicate or rotate by 90 degrees. Since we're opening a perfect 90 degrees angle. So move to the end of the wall and hide this roof. And let's delete this since we won't be working with that. And now we scale this, delete this also. We scale this to the end of the wall. Scale down here. We don't need this. Okay. Scale this one also to the end point. Now we scale these panels to the end of the window and duplicate them to the other side of the window. Now we scale to the window end and the wall end. Okay, for the door opening, we select the panels affecting the door and we scale to the door frame, end of the door frame, duplicate these panels and scale to the end of the door frame for the other side and the end of the wall. Okay, hide the remaining elements. As you can see, this is more detailed than using a texture for our siding. But we're missing just one thing. Now we have to create an end panel that covers the siding. And for that end panel, we'll be using our 1x4 wood. So using our rectangle to create a rectangle shape of 1x4, make it a group. Using our push and pull tool, turn it into a 3D shape. We extend to the base of the building. Now we can duplicate this panel to create the 90 degrees covering for the end of our siding. So move this to this end point. Now we can reduce this line, moving this line to create the 45 degrees angle that joins the two end panels. So repeat the same thing for the other end panel. Make this a group. So this is not supposed to be behind our siding. We just move by one inch on both sides. You can see this is creating a perfect covering for our siding panel. And just scale down to the end of the roof. Okay, so we've created a panel for our detailed panel for detailed siding panel for this wall and our entrance door. So all you have to do is repeat the same process for each wall that is going to be covered on your render. So we'll be repeating the same process for this wall, the garage side, the garage face, and the other garage side, and lastly for the room above the garage. Okay, we've created the siding panel for this wall. Now we can use our panel end guide to those points. Okay, we can reduce these panels that are extending into the roof. So let's reduce these 3 panels or these 2 panels to the end of the roof. Okay, this is giving a more detailed and realistic siding panel down using our texture. So repeat the same thing for this area. We'll extend these panels to this area. Take our panel guide to this point. Extend this to this area. Okay, guys, for a panel between 2 windows, we can duplicate the panel from this edge, duplicate to our windows, midpoint of the window, and scale to the other window frame. And duplicate these excess panels that's over here. 6, 3, 4. Okay. As you can see, this is more detailed and looks more realistic than using just a texture for this. So repeat the same thing for our garage front and the side walls of the garage. Okay, currently our number plate is being covered. I'll move this forward. 1. Now it's resting on the panel. So we'll duplicate our siding end panel to this point. Duplicate using this edge, using our move and control tool, and scale it to this end point. Okay, too much now, and scale to the roof. And this is good. Repeat the same thing for this wall. So all we need to add is our end panels. So we can duplicate this one to this point and rotate 90 degrees. Repeat the same thing for the higher panel. The panel, this panel is at this edge here. Okay. As you can see, this looks more realistic than having a siding texture. So all we have to do now is apply materials to those panels to give us the similar texture as the one we previously used, fixing some little areas. So we can pick our color using our buckets, paint buckets too. Using our alternate button, we can pick a color from this for the end panels. This was a tan material. So we can pick this material and apply it to these panels. Then we'll go to our material editor. We can click the use texture image. So we'll retain just the color but taking out the texture. So this is a more detailed siding panel. And this gives you the more realistic look when you're making a render of this image. So for our next video, I'll be showing you how to use the horizontal loops to create siding panels for your exterior building. Thank you guys for watching.